twilight as we who brought stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we lost, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets and they flew through the night. Then our friend was still there. Everyone together. Oh, Satan, that star-spangled banner, yeah, o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Please remain standing. Our picture will be at the end of the program. However, now is Avidu Shabbat Shamayim. First, we will sing Avidu Shabbat Shamayim together, and then I will say the Tefillah. Please, together with Marasara. Avidu Shabbat Shamayim. Everyone to the final Please remain standing. Avidu Shabbat Shamayim, for Yisrael v'Goalo Barechet Medinat Yisrael, Reshit Tzmichat Geulateinu. Agei Aleha ve'evrat chasdechu pros aleha sukat shalomecha ushlach oracha. We're davening to Hashem now. V'amitcha l'rasheha sareh v'yoatzeh v'taknim be'etzah tova v'lefanecha. Chazek et idei b'dinei eretz kasheinu machilei Elohim Yeshua ba'ateret. Yitzachon ta'aterim v'natata shalom ba'aretz v'simchat olam v'yoshdea. V'et achenu kol beit Yisrael pikadna v'chol artzot v'zurehem v'tovifei mehira komamiyut v'tzion yirecha v'Yerushalayim beit mikdashcha ka'katuv b'torat Moshe avdecha. Im yeh nidachacha b'kdei hashamayim misham yikabetz Adonai Elohecha ומשם ייקחך והביאך אל הארץ אשר ירשו אבותיך וישתה וישתה וברכת מאבותיך. יחד לבבנו לאהבה וליראת שמך לשמור את כל דברי תורתך ושלח לנו מהרה בית דוד משיח צדקך. הופר והדר ברמזך על כל יושבי תבל ארצך יאמר כל אשר נשמע ביעקב אדוני אלוהי ישראל מלך ומלכותו בכל משלה. Amen. Sarah. Please be seated. So, as we like to do, we like to make the auditorium into one big classroom. And we're here all together. We're going to learn about Yerushalayim today through pictures, through sound, and through experience. But it's up to you. If you cooperate, and you do a great job, and you participate with your class, and you listen to me, and you listen to the video, and you follow your teacher's instructions, you're going to have an amazing time, and you're actually going to come away learning something, and you're going to feel connected as one school. So I'm hoping that we're going to be able to do that together. So I mentioned before that Yerushalayim is a city that brings everybody together. And that's why Nora Feldman, who a few years ago went ahead, where's Nora Feldman? Where are we, Nora Feldman? Please raise your hand. Where's Nora Feldman? There she is to my left. Nora Feldman, let's give her all a round of applause. Nora Feldman came up with this idea of let's bring the whole school together and let's do it. And every year it just gets better and better. And so, And so we have here on our screen, Yerushalayim Yashan V'Chadash, old and new. We have the old, we have the Kotel, and we have the modern city of Yerushalayim. And you can see even that there's a hotel in the background, and that's Har HaZeitim, but it's illuminated at light, at night. And so let's travel through Yerushalayim for a few moments. Let's see some images related to the Six-Day War. And that's what we're going to talk about. The Six-Day War, when we were able to have Yerushalayim back. So please listen carefully. Lower the music, please. And listen to the words. So these are the Israeli jets that take off. And the Israelis in the north, this is the Hermon, protecting our land and getting ready to fight against it. And now here are the pilots that are alighting their plane. And we'll learn about what they did a little bit later. That's the president, and that's the defense minister of Israel preparing for this war. The tanks get ready to do what they need to do. Even the women are involved. This is the most famous picture of the Six-Day War, when the soldiers made their way to the Kotel. These are the generals we saw before. He has a patch on his eye, making their way into the old city. The soldiers resting by the Kotel after the city was captured. This is a few days later, right before Shavuot. They cleared all of the buildings around there and they began to dance. This is a different picture when they made their way to the place where the Beit HaMikdash was. These are the soldiers dancing once they had captured this area. You notice the guns that they have on their back. These are soldiers pouring into the city after the city was captured. We'll see a picture that's like that, but a little different a little later. This is our beautiful city, taken from the viewpoint of the old, and then the new was in the background. This is the city at night. The city during the day, and notice in the background the tall buildings. Old city, new city. Nowadays, you have the opportunity to go to the Kotel, no more ground and dirt, but a beautiful plaza where people have the opportunity to daven to Hashem and to think about what's behind that wall. Our beautiful city at night, or at dusk, I should say. What the city looked like before we captured it: goats, sheep. Now the beautiful area of the Kotel nowadays, the plaza just keeps on getting larger and larger. This is Birkat Kohanim either on Sukkot or on Pesach. And the white you see in the front is the Talitot of the Kohanim. And here's a better image of the old city than the new city in the back. This is what the city, this was in a picture, this is a drawing of what the city looked like hundreds of years ago. This is taken from the old city, and that's Har HaZeitim in the back. An aerial view, you know what that means, from an airplane or a helicopter. And this is nowadays, not the soldiers going in, but our people going to celebrate Yom Yerushalayim. This is the city expanding. The city is on mountains, and it is built into the mountain. And you see how this is modern day, through the old parts of Yerushalayim, like the light rail. This is how people used to get to the Beit HaMikdash, up these massive steps. So that's an artist rendering. A beautiful hotel, swimming in what a great pool in the middle of Yerushalayim. The light rail during a snowstorm in Yerushalayim. This is part of the area of the Beit HaMikdash, what's called the southern excavations. Soldiers protecting our city, taking a brief moment to talk. This is in the area where we're going to see a better picture momentarily. Another hotel in Yerushalayim, I think that's called the Moriah Hotel. So let's change its name. Another hotel, the Laron Hotel, but now it's called the Inbal. And this is a famous windmill of Moses Montefiore. This is nightlife in Yerushalayim, in the Ben Yehuda area. And of course, our beautiful bridge for the light rail as you make your way into the city. And if you learned about, on Yom Ha'atzmaut, you learned about Machane Yehuda. And this is where all of the laws are made in our Knesset. one of the Sharei Yerushalayim, and finally, where ancient scriptures are. This is called part of the Israel Museum. And just to end off with, we celebrate on this day at the Kotel. Now, since we're here all together, I'd like everybody to stand. And I'd like you to all follow Mora Sarah as she leads us in our first song to bring the state together. You know the word. Please be seated. Okay, pre-K, let's go in kindergarten. Pre-K day, make your way up to the stage with your teachers. Oh yes, we got something great going on now. Grade after grade, here we go, this is read out to you. have quality employment. What do you say to Pre-Game Day? Marcelo, put your hand out again. Marcelo, let's see that again. Okay, those who proceed to Academy, now that we're almost all seated, can I have your attention, please? The moment that we're going to, every moment in this program is great, but this moment we really need to focus and to concentrate. Let me read to you a little bit about the video that you're about to see, but I'm also going to tell you two stories. So please bear with me. These stories are unbelievable, and I hope that you'll remember them for a long time to come. They're not long, but you need to listen. Okay. The story's not starting yet. I'll let you know when the story starts. First, a little bit introduction to get you in the mood. Here we go. In the year 1967, that was a long time ago, even before I was born. the Egyptian army was gathering on Israel's border. In response, Israel gathered its army. Tension increased as each side put more and more soldiers on the border. Israel was really smart. Using the element of surprise, Israel attacked Egypt, Syria, and Jordan, all at the same time. The Israeli army was victorious at once. On the Egyptian front, listen carefully, Israel wiped out the entire Egyptian Air Force. Listen to this, in 1 hour. 1 hour. Not one Egyptian plane was left after 1 hour. Let me tell you a story. You see, the Jordanian army, who was allies with Egypt, that means they were friends, and they were doing things together, they saw on their radar that Israel's planes had taken off. But lo and behold, HaKadosh Baruch Hu was able to intercept their message, because you see, armies have secret codes. And somehow, when the Jordanians sent the secret code to Egypt to let them know that the Israeli army was coming, they misunderstood. They got the wrong message. It's like they played telephone, broken telephone. So that was Hashem, playing broken telephone. That's one unbelievable thing. Now listen to the next one. You see, the Egyptians, as we just said, the Egyptians knew that something was going to happen. They didn't know, was Israel going to attack first, or were they going to attack first? So the Egyptian, one of the high Air Force commanders, said, we're going to take a plane up. It's called a reconnaissance plane. And we're going to check things out. Now, if a plane is up in the sky, sometimes it's hard to know, is it an Israeli plane, or is it an Egyptian plane? Well, listen to what happened. The High Air Force, the commander said to the artillery, which are the guns that shoot up into the sky, they said, for these 2 hours, it's forbidden to use artillery, because maybe they might mistake the Israeli plane for the Egyptian Air Force commander's plane. This was at 7:30 in the morning. And can you imagine? Hashem set up the circumstance that when did Israel decide to go and attack with your Air Force to Egypt? At what time in the morning? 7:30. Was there any artillery that was ready to shoot down any planes? No, because the Air Force commander said no artillery at that time. And so Hashem set it up that not only did they not know from the Jordanians, they played broken telephone, but also that the Air Force commander was in the sky and there was no artillery to harm our brothers who were flying Israeli planes. So the story continues. The war, this war, the 6-day war, lasted for a grand total of 132 hours. That's not really very long. It's even less than 6 days. The most special event of this time period was Chavchet Iyar, June the 7th, 1967. Worship, could you just go over to the band room? Yes, thank you. On this day, the most special and elite part of the Israeli army, the Tzamchanim, the paratroopers, made their way into the old city. And they were running through the streets, and they were shooting, and they were making sure that it was safe. And finally they came to an area that was very special to us. And finally they screamed out, as we're going to see real live footage like what had happened. So we're going to be able to go back in time now 48 years. And they screamed out, Har Habayit B'Yadeinu. And these are the soldiers. And that is a great rabbi right there blowing the shofar. And that is the same rabbi on somebody's shoulders. Because this is the first time that Jews were able to daven there for many years, from 1948 to 1967. And this was the first time in 2,000 years that we own this place. And it's now ours. But I want to remind everybody that today, although it's a special day, it's not complete. There's one thing missing. Does anybody know what's missing? We have the hotel. We have Yerushalayim. But there's something missing. Pull it out. You guys are super smart. That's right. So it's very, 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 very happy. But we still need to daven for more. We're not done yet. We're almost there. But we're not there yet. It's like, you know, in baseball, it's the top of the ninth inning, and the home team already has enough runs, and it's 2 outs and 2 strikes on the last batter. But until the pitcher gets that last strike, the game isn't over. Our game is not over yet. We're still waiting for the Beit HaMikdash. Marty, please pay close attention to the screen. Oops, that.
Paratroopers, moving with artillery and air support, captured the surrounding hills, the Victoria Augusta compound, the Mount of Olives, and reached the hills, dominating Jerusalem, which were now totally in our hands. Three battalions went down to the valley of Gethsemane, and from there to the Lion's Gate, to break through into the old city of Jerusalem. The orders were to use no heavy armor in the old city. We knew it meant more casualties, but this was no place for destruction.
In one of the entrances to Shaarei into the city, very narrow.
The Temple Mount was ours. The men ran through the alleys, searching for a 2,000-year-old stone wall. The Wall of Tears, the Temple's western wall. Jewish history unfolded. King David, King Solomon, Ezra, Nehemiah, Judah the Maccabee, the Zealots, and the paratroopers, the Israel Defense Forces.
seen that video, I can't tell you how many times. Every time I see it, let's bring the third grade up to this stage. Every time I see that, I feel like how special it is to be part of Klal Yisrael. Kita Gimel, when your teachers are ready, please make your way to the stage. Okay, let's give Kita Gimel the attention that they deserve. Here we go, Martha, when you're ready. מצוין, תודה רבה, תיסה גמל. Everybody together. Yerushalayim shel zahav. Elor alalecha shirayim havim. Okay, Joseph Christopher Danny, let's give our attention to Tisa Dollar. Let's give it to Tisa Dollar. A round of applause to Tisa Dollar and a round of applause to the entire Joseph Christopher Academy. Tisa Dollar, that way. before we start this rikun, these young men and young ladies have given up their time during Arukat Zarayim, during lunch, and we thank them for this special guest at the conclusion of our program. It's great to have this, because we had that number yesterday. Immediately following this dance, we will have Hatikva to follow the Dead of Israel, followed by the exit, and then you'll hear some music on your way out. Pre-K and K, after Hatikva, you'll make your way directly to, not pre-K, kindergarten directly to the cafeteria. Pre-K will make your way directly back to class. Okay, here we go. Oh wait, music. Minor detail. We'll do that in 1 second.
Technical difficulties.
Raktanim. Okay. Please Give me your attention for 1 second. There's one person who really brought today all together. Our dancers, please make your way to Marasara. It's perfect. Marasara, if you don't mind, you can come join me here on the stage. So, today's program would not have been what it is without Marasara. Let's all please give her a round of applause. Okay, I ask everyone to please stand and let's give attention to the Degel Yisrael as we conclude today's program with Hatikva. Thank you so much for your cooperation. It definitely was on the longer side of this program. As soon as the screen, and here we go.